And now, before we go any further in our program, perhaps it would be well to pause for a moment to listen to a practical account of our club's affairs. As you all know, we have to have money. And during the past year, we have tried to raise as much as we possibly could and to spend as little as we possibly could. Mr. Bentley, who is our assistant treasurer, has consented to give us a statement of the year's finances. Mr. Bentley.
I shall take but a very few moments of your time this evening, for I realize you'd much rather be listening to this interesting program than to a dry financial statement. But I am reminded of a story that you probably all of you have heard. Seems there were these two Irishmen walking down the street when they came to I should have said in the first place that the store belonging to the first Irishman, the first fellow's store. Well, anyway, in connection with reading this report, there are one or two points which Dr. Merning wanted brought up in connection with it, and he's asked me to bring them up. The first is with regard to the work which we're trying to do up there at our little place in Silver Lake. A work which we feel not only fills a very definite need in the community, but also fills a very definite need in the community. I don't think many members of the society realize just how big the work is that we're trying to do up there. For instance, I don't think it's generally known that most of our boys are between the age of 14. We feel that by taking the boy at this age, we can get closer to his real nature. The boy has a very real nature, you may be sure. And bring him into closer contact, not only with the school, with the parents, and with each other, but also with the town in which they live, the country to whose flag they pay allegiance, and to the town in which they live. Now, the fourth point which Dr. Merning wanted brought up was that in connection with the installation of the new furnace last fall. There seems to have been considerable talk going around about this not having been done quite as economically as it might have been done. It seems to me that people who well, as a matter of fact, the whole thing was done just as economically as possible, even more so. Mr. Rossiter, unfortunately, our treasurer, unfortunately is confined at his home tonight with a bad head cold. And well, the joke seems to be on me. Mr. Rossiter has pneumonia. Mr. Rossiter has asked me if I would read the report in his place, and following then is a summary of the financial report for during the year 1926, and by that is meant 1927, the Choral Society received the following in donations. BLG $500, DKM $500, Lottie Nellie W $200, in memory of a happy summer at Rye Beach, $10, proceeds of a sale of coats and hats which were left in the boathouse of $14 and $14. Then the Junior League gave a performance of Pinafore for the benefit of the fund which unfortunately resulted in a deficit of $300. Then we took into dues and laboratory fees $2,345.75, making a total of receipts amounting to $3,645.75. This is, of course, all reckoned as of June. Now, in the matter of expenditures, the matter of expenditures, the club has not been so fortunate. There was the unsettled condition of business and the late spring to contend with, resulting in the following rather discouraging figures, I'm afraid. Expenditures, $22,574.85. Then there was a loss, owing to several things, of $3,326.80. Car fare, $4,452. And then Mrs. Crandall's expense account, when she went to Baltimore to look into the work that they're doing there, came to $119.50. But I'm sure that you'll all agree with me that it was worth that to find out what they're doing in Baltimore. And then under the general head of odds and ends, $2,586.45, making a total expenditure of $416,756.50, or a net deficit of several $1,000s. Now, these figures bring us down only to October. In October, my sister was married, and the whole house was torn up, and in the general confusion, we lost track of the figures for May and August. But all those wishing the approximate figures for May and August may obtain them from me in the vestry after the dinner, where I will be with pledge cards for those of you who wish to subscribe over and above your annual dues. And I hope that each and every one of you here tonight will look deep into his heart and into his pocketbook and see if he cannot find it there to help us to put this thing over with a bang and to make this just the biggest and best year that the Armenians have ever had. Thank you.